True Gamer here, and I'm back with another episode, and this episode is all to do with my glorious PS4 sealed collection, which is growing bigger and bigger by the days and months. And despite the release of the PS5, my passion for the PS4 is still very much alive. I'm going to start off with the randoms first. Street Power Football. Don't know much about the game, but it was going for peanuts, so I decided to gobble it up. And this was developed by SFL Interactive. The release date was the 25th of August 2020. Next is Bare Knuckle 4, otherwise known as Streets of Rage 4 in Europe. Now this has a reversible cover that comes with it. With, as you see here, this is the Japanese cover on this side. And if you flip it around, you would see the European boxer on the other. Now, the modern version of this game has done the franchise proud. The game was immaculate in every single way. I absolutely loved it. And it was developed by .mu. Release date was the 30th of April 2020. Darksiders Genesis, excellent game. First recognised the series when I played Darksiders 3. I didn't get into the other ones, and I got to say, when I did play Darksiders 3, I had a whale of a time. And the developers are THQ Nordic, and this was released on the 5th of December 2019. Next we have Monkey King Hero is Back, another game which has flown under the radar, which in my eyes needs a lot of recognition. This title was unique in every single way, and once again it was developed by THQ Nordic, which always produced the goods, and the release date was October 17, 2019. Now it's time to enter one of my favourite franchise in the gaming industry, Final Fantasy. What I've got here, I've got Final Fantasy the Zodiac Age. I've never played this part of the series, but you'll be surprised to know I loved the one after this with Lightning, Final Fantasy 13. I don't understand all that hatred that Final Fantasy 13 got, because I absolutely loved it. Got my guidebook out back then and I got lost in the universe. And I've got to add, this version here is a HD remastered, and when it got released on the PS4, I'm not too sure, but I think it was the 30th of April 2019. Then we have Final Fantasy 15, nothing but epic moments from the time you take control of your character. This is one of my favourite Final Fantasies till this day, most definitely one for the record books. And you know Square Enix have got their hands all over this one. Yeah, it was released 15th of June 2017. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, which isn't your traditional Final Fantasy experience. It's more like a multiplayer Final Fantasy brawler with some role-playing elements rolled into it. Reason why I got it, never played it in my life, didn't even know it exists, but it was going for dirt cheap, so I picked it up. And I believe is a slight twist to it as well. It was developed by Koei Team Ninja, and the publishers was Square Enix. And I believe this was released on the 26th of November 2015. Now this doesn't need no introduction, but I'm going to introduce it anyway. Spiderman 2018, and it's truly amazing. An action-packed adventure that would keep you entertained with all sorts of activities, stories, events. And if you've got a PS5, get this game, because it's been upgraded with stunning graphical improvements. And this was developed by the infamous Insomniac, and it was released on the 7th of September 2018. Another blockbuster, Fallout 4. Had such an enjoyable time playing this, so I said to myself, let me preserve this in my collection sealed vault. It's not for everyone, but it's certainly for me. And none other than the legendary Bethesda were the genius behind bringing this masterpiece to life. And this was released on the 10th of November 2015. Before I show my last game, I'm just gonna cut the video. Now, shout out to Jack Friedel. I discovered his channel on YouTube and he had an excellent method for this. And what you want to do is kind of rock it from side to side, and eventually it will clip. Yeah, eventually it will clip on the groove of the disc holder inside. And then once it's like that, guys, you hear it doesn't move. What you want to do, place it carefully on a flat surface. Put your finger in the middle and about an inch diagonally upwards, you should be able to clip it back in. There you go. Once you hear that clip, it's all done. So yeah, that's a good way on how to stop the disc from rocking around everywhere inside the case. As seen in that last clip, you all know my last game I'm going to show. I just wanted to add that in for anybody who is into collecting and has come across incidents like that. Anyway, so for me, them annoying floating discs are never going to be present again in my collection. Spent about an hour clipping my loose disc back into its rightful places. So this, guys, is Bloodborne. Brought me so much satisfaction when I got the platinum. Very hard game, but when you level up and master the mechanics, it surprisingly becomes easier, but still remains difficult. Definitely not one for the faint-hearted. And this was developed by the Masters of Soul from Software. My gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. This, guys, was released on 24th of March 2015. 6 years ago. Over 6 years ago. It's coming up to 7. Bloodborne. So yeah, that's the latest and greatest sealed games added to my library. I don't know when I'm going to do a next video because I'm working on other things at the moment, but hopefully before the new year draws in, I will have 10 more sealed and delivered. Okay guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Even better, subscribe. Till next time, see ya.